This is Political Arena. My name is Abubakar Shraki. Nigeria's political space is evolving, and young people are no longer passive observers. From hashtag movement to policy advocacy, digital activism has become a powerful tool for shaping public discourse. Yet, caution remains about its tangible impact when compared to structures, legislative engagement. Now, the caution is, can online pressure translate into enforceable law, or does real change still depend on institutional process? This afternoon on Political Arena, we will examine digital activism and legislative action. Which one drives the real change? With me is Honorable Abbas Scholar, a member representing Gombe Central at Nigerian Youth Parliament. We will explore how youth-led advocacy intersect with legislative responsibility and whether the current system is responsive enough for youth demand. Honorable Abbas, welcome to Political Arena.
Thank you for having me.
So, Honorable Abbas, in a nutshell, what is Nigerian Youth Parliament?
Okay, so thank you for having me here. It's actually a pleasure. For Nigerian Youth Parliament, it's more of like a training ground. It's a training arena for young people to be close to governance, to young people to understand legislative procedures, to know what is basically happening around them. And then it's more like a place where youth can deliberate about issues concerning young people particularly, and then profile solution, and then see how these things can turn into meaningful engagements. So what we do at the Nigerian Parliament is, after we profile solutions during our plenaries and everything, we offer solutions to the government. This is what is happening, this is what the young people are seeing, this is what they want, and then these solutions can translate into laws, they can translate into bills, they can translate into meaningful actions by the government. So in a nutshell, this is what the Nigerian Parliament is all about.
Thank you, Abbas. So, what do you think digital activism lead to real change or just temporary solution based on your parliamentary experience?
I think both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both, because so when we say digital activism, this is where we are talking about the use of media, especially social media, as young people, as Gen Z that we.
Are you Gen Z?
No, a little bit ahead. So it's basically the use of social media. So when we say digital activism, we need the media to push for solutions, to push for issues that are affecting us directly. So this so both can work. The digital media is used to raise awareness, and then you can't just raise awareness and basically that's it, and then you stop. You need to go down to the level that these solutions can be imposed. So basically, I think both can work.
Okay. Recently, we have seen so many online social media campaigns, and most of the campaign were unable to see the light of the day. So why do you think that so many online campaigns failed to see the light of the day? So
just like I said, it's always the awareness. So online gives you this awareness. Yes, it gives you the room to talk about it. People will know from the nooks and crannies of every part of Nigeria. People will know, okay, this is what we are talking about, and this is what we want. Maybe this is what we want the government to do for us. Or there is insecurity, and we're talking about insecurity. So, but online campaigns, they limit the heaviness of things. So you could see that when we talk about insecurity, it's actually not small. It's not a little thing that we can just talk about from. It's a national issue. It should be an emergency. So now, if you talk about insecurity and then on a post, okay, so thing has happened in Gombe, in Yamal today, but also, and then that's it.
Where you are representing.
Yeah, of course. Just for example, and then that's it. So you could see that it's actually just a post, and you're talking about a national issue. So it just gives you that awareness, and if it goes like that, and that's it.
Okay, so you mean the youth have to reshape the way they are campaigning online?
So it doesn't have to stop from online. We need to...
It has to go beyond hashtag.
It has to go beyond hashtag. We need to go down. We need to go back to the grassroots. We need to engage the government more, not basically online only. Yeah.
Okay, my next question is like, beyond public protests, social media advocacy, and parliamentary lobbying, which mechanism has proven most effective in Nigeria?
So
we have seen when the NSAS protest started from Twitter,
yeah,
and it led to the suspending of SARS.
Yeah. So now that example, now if you look at it, one cannot work.
You have to combine both.
They have to work together. So NSAS started from 1, 2, 3 tweets on Twitter, and then it went viral, and then people are out there on the streets from almost all the states in Nigeria. And then you could see that. So online and social media campaigns and online and social media protest, it cannot just work alone. Now, if you look at now the NSAS, for example, it was a social media thing that happened, that started on Twitter. It went out to a protest, and then it now became
a national pandemic.
Do you understand? And then the government took action on it. So one thing cannot work when it comes to having a lasting solution. All of these things, they need to work together. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to legislative aspect.
Okay.
As a young parliamentarian, what bill or motion have you worked in the Nigerian Youth Parliament?
Okay, so just like I said before, the Nigerian Youth Parliament is a training ground for young people. And so what we basically do, we create motions, we talk about bills that we send to the National Assembly, Federal Ministry of Youth, to the Senate, to the President himself, after we've deliberated on everything, and then we send to them to say, okay, this is what we think we need. We need an amendment to this bill that the National Assembly is talking about, all of those things. Now, for Nigerian Youth Parliament, if you look at, I'll just give you an example. Not this particular session. This is the 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, which I am part of. I think if you look at the Not Too Young to Run bill, the Nigerian Youth Parliament was basically part of the Not Too Young to Run bill.
Signed by President
Yes. So these are issues that have been deliberated during their plenary, and then it went out. You know, it got the energy of other youth organizations, and then there was a national movement when it comes to the Not Too Young to Run bill. Now, it has become a law, and you could see that young people have been. That law has helped young people to be part of the decision making in all the political seats we have in Nigeria. So you could see that the Nigerian Parliament was part of that thing, and these are some of the bills we've been working on. So for the 6th session, some of the motions we've worked on. So last year, December, we were at Katsina too. So we had our plenary at the Katsina State House of Assembly. And some of the motions are particularly what is happening to young people. I'll give you an example, a motion that we were able to deliberate on. It's the a motion for the sanction of the New Life activities. I don't know whether you know New Life. It's more like a platform where these people make young people, they exploit young people. Basically, yes, it's basically exploitation. And then so we were able to push for this motion. And then the National Orientation Agency and everything, we were trying to see how we can work with them to have more awareness, and then how the New Life can be sanctioned. Now, another example of the motion we were able to deliberate on the floor, even though that motion was in the courts, it's for the payment of the backlogs of, so I supported that motion, yeah, for the payment of the backlog of the N-Power beneficiaries. If we know that N-Power beneficiaries have not, there are still backlogs of N-Power beneficiaries that are still yet to be paid. Okay,
Abbas.
Yeah.
Has any of your work been influenced by social media campaign?
Yeah, of course. Just like I said, the Not Too Young to Run bill. Yes, Not Too Young to Run movement was, so Nigerian Parliament was part of that movement. And then the media, social media was one of the things that helped that thing to went viral. So I would also talk about the reserved seats for women bill. So in as much as it's not something that the Nigerian Parliament has deliberated on the floor of the plenary, but it's something that the social media has also taken up. It's in the media, and then people are seeing it, and then there is possibility of it making the light of the day. Yeah.
Okay, Abbas, there have been some accusation that is going on all over social media, accusing the Nigerian Youth Parliament, especially young parliamentarian like you, that sometimes you're just answerable to your senior lawmakers. How legit is that?
I think
even though there must be a synergy.
Yeah, of course. So I think mostly what we normally do with our senior lawmakers is just basically collaboration. So far, as part of the work we've been doing and the activities we've been doing, we were able to collaborate and partner with the Committee on Youth Development, which is chaired by Honorable Senator from Ekiti State. So Honorable Aderemadu. So we've been able to, so it's basically partnerships and collaboration. We cannot work without them. We cannot work without them. So we have to come to them, and it's a learning process. So they have to show us, this is how it's done and this is how it's done. So basically we've been collaborating and partnering with the Senate, particularly the Senate.
Okay, Abbas, before your tenure ends, what work do you have for your people from Gombe Central? So, even though it's a learning ground.
Yeah. So, as you said, it's a learning ground. So, basically, what I've been pushing for is, so this is an experience, and I would love other young people to have this kind of experience. I've been part of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. I was
from the
State Youth Parliament.
Yeah.
I was with the State Youth Parliament, and then I'm here with the Nigerian Youth Parliament. So, basically, it's an experience. And there is a way to shape you. Apart from the experience, there is this networking it will also give you. Yes. So it's more like a national movement that Nigerian Parliament can actually build. We have over 500 alumni which have been members. Some of them have been members of the House of Representatives, the contestants for State House of Assembly. You know, some are even contesting for governorship election. You know, so it's a movement that the whole parliament can actually build, right? So I really want. So what I have been putting out there is the institutionalization of the Nigerian Parliament, a better institutionalization of the Nigerian Parliament, so that every person, young people, can be nominated easily. Young people, so there won't be all those too much of bureaucracy, and then the process won't be that long for people to understand. Okay, I can actually just participate in this platform, have the experience, know what the legislative procedures are, be close to governance, understand the structures and how they work.
Your call as a young parliamentarian, your call to fellow Nigerians ahead of 2027 in a nutshell.
Okay, so we need to push more. We need to push more, and then we need to hold our government accountable. More of the accountability is actually very important. So if you don't hold them accountable, we won't understand what they are doing, and then we cannot decide to say we are going for this particular person or that particular person. So we need to understand what they have been doing, and then so we need to hold them accountable more.
Well, Abbas, thank you so much for speaking to us on Political Arena. That is all what we have on Political Arena.